Hey, good evening, everyone. Another beautiful sunny day here in Lincoln, UK. And it got me thinking about our own feelings. And I think one of the hardest things to come to terms with is how we never really had our feelings acknowledged. They were always secondary to the narcissist's feelings. And so once we're out of a narcissistic relationship, we kind of have to process everything because we weren't able to do that within the relationship. We weren't able to express our feelings of hurt, of anger, of sadness, because they didn't want to hear it. They would turn it around, so it was all about them, and they would get angry because they don't have that capacity for empathy to be able to put themselves in anyone else's shoes and recognize their feelings. And so we bottled it up. And I always use the bottle of pop analogy that if you shake it up with all those emotions, eventually they're going to come out. And they do, but usually once the relationship has ended, or sometimes towards the end of a relationship, you can find that you might lash out. And that's not part of your character, but because those feelings have been bottled up, they don't go anywhere. We're just not able to deal with them and process them at the time. But eventually they will go pop, and we do have to, and if we don't, that's when illnesses come about. That's where PTSD comes from, is we're not able to deal with the hormones in our body. There's high levels of cortisol, and so we subdue everything, and then eventually we become hypersensitive to everything. And so it just got me really thinking about, why are our feelings not important? And why do we let that happen? Why do we allow someone else to quash our emotions? And we do it because they hold something against us, and it might be that they're holding the children. You know that you want to protect the kids, so you don't want to argue in front of them. You don't want them to witness that what can come. You don't want them to witness the rage that is possible. And so in order to keep the peace, essentially, you stay quiet. You stop them from dysregulating by biting your tongue and withholding your own feelings, hiding them away, because you know that if you don't, there'll be this almighty explosion of either rage and anger or complete withdrawal. And if you've got kids together, you don't want that environment for them. So you bury your feelings, you keep things to yourself, and so you're doing it with the best of intentions. And obviously the narcissist counts on that. The narcissist knows that's your personality. They know that that's what you're likely to do. And so they know they can push. They know they can push you. They can get you to do pretty much anything they want, and you won't fight back because you're so desperate for the kids not to be involved in this. But sometimes it gets the better of you. And then if you do lash out, they'll use that against you. We know that they'll then tell everyone how awful you were to them. And so, but no one will want to hear the fact that you haven't said anything. You haven't said boo to a goose in God knows how many months or how many years. And the one time you do, or one time you're unable to hold it in, oh, sure enough, everyone finds out about that one time, but they don't hear all the other stuff, which we know is the baiting. We know that happens. And the other thing I was thinking about why we do it is because we know we won't get any reaction or any support anyway. And it's that classic conditioning whereby you learn, like children do, you learn that even if you do say something, even if you do express sadness or even happiness, there'll be no reaction to it, or there'll be a negative reaction to it. And so eventually you stop sharing those emotions. You stop sharing what makes you happy. You stop sharing what makes you sad. You stop sharing anything, because you know that you'll either get a negative reaction or no reaction. And that's soul destroying. And I think that's one of the biggest parts, is that when you do come out of it, you kind of struggle then with your emotions, because you can feel like they're extremes, and sometimes they can be, but you've been made to feel that normal, healthy emotions are abnormal, and they're not. We all feel anger, we all feel sadness, we all feel happy, but the narcissist doesn't feel any of those things. So to them, it is abnormal. And one of the biggest joys when you are free from these relationships is that you can suddenly start to laugh again. You can start to enjoy yourself. I know one of the saddest things was when the person I love said to me that they hadn't laughed in such a long time for being around that person, because they get quite, why are you laughing? Why is that funny? And it's just not worth it. It's not worth expressing anything. So you become numb. You become robotic. You become like a Cyberman, for any of you that watch Doctor Who, which are just, so that's not human. The narcissist strips away anything that makes us human. And so, like I say, one of the most liberating things when you break free is that you can feel all of these things. You can laugh, even if it's at something that's not particularly funny. Who cares? Laugh your head off. If you feel sad, even if it's on an advert on telly, cry. It's no one's place to tell you that that's right or wrong. And so I guess what this video is about is they tell you your feelings are important in lots of subtle ways. And actually, feelings are what make us human. Their lack of emotion makes them inhuman, but your emotions make you human. And so celebrate them. Don't allow them to keep pushing them down. And if you are free now, then laugh until you cry. Cry until you feel better. And just celebrate every emotion that you feel, because it's a sign that you are now free. I hope you found that useful. If you're new to the channel, please do click subscribe. Share lots of insights around narcissistic abuse and parental alienation. I'd love to hear your comments below. If you have any ideas for videos that you'd like me to do, then please do drop them below. And like I say, like, comment, share. It really does help. We're trying to raise awareness. This is all about helping other people that are in this situation, to help them to understand and to help them feel that they're not alone, that their feelings are validated. And like I say, that it's okay to feel. That's what these videos are about. They're here to help. They're here to help you through the recovery process. So every single like of my channel, every single subscribe, every single comment helps to help someone else. So please do take part, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.